Let's get it. Yep, it's another absolutely gorgeous day here in the Carolinas. And as always, I'm so glad to see it. I do as always hope everyone is well. Like myself, you're able to get out and enjoy this day. And that you're not stuck up in some hospital bed or rehab facility bed, or even at home, stuck up in your bed at home. Hey, buddy. Little squirrel stood up at attention when I walked by. But yeah, I say that because, as most of us by now know my testimony, I had a major stroke, I think 4 years this year, or to be 5 years in May. My wife could tell us a whole lot better than I can. It's like those years have all melted together into one or two. Because to me it seems like yesterday that I was stuck up in that hospital, in that rehab center, and then at home in my bedroom, in my bed, watching those four walls and the paint on the walls dry up. Now I talk about that as if it was such a bad experience, but it was the best time. Like those saying, it was the worst of times and the best times of our lives, of my life. Because what it was an opportunity for the Most High to sit me down and educate me on who I am and who He is. Or should I say who He is, and therefore who I am in Him. And like I said, I suffered a major stroke, and that in turn caused me to have to undergo a open heart surgery, a brain procedure. My wife told me to stop calling it an operation because it was a procedure. But I always say when they put me to sleep, it's an operation. But it was an operation where they had to go in through my left thigh, all the way up through my body, through my heart, and on up to the right side of my body where the blood clot was, with the little probe with the camera on the end of it. And on the end of that camera, there was like a spray gun and a vacuum, a little spray gun and a little vacuum on the end, where they sprayed the blood clot to break it up, then they sucked it out. And I know that sounds kind of graphic, and speaking from an unlearned mind, it may sound a little basic, but that's basically what they did. Then after that, like I said, I had to go through a heart surgery to repair a damaged heart valve. So the blood clot in my brain was the first procedure, then my open heart surgery was second, and then I had 3 major surgeries on my left leg in an attempt to remove blood clots, and they finally got them all out, but not before there was too much blockage in that left leg to where I lost 3 toes. I had to have 3 toes amputated. But all praises to the Most High Yahuah. my Elohim, because he saved me for this purpose right now. And most people like to cut the recording off when I go to this point, but he prepared me for this. He told me like 2 months before I had the stroke that something major was getting ready to happen, but not to take my eyes off him, to stay focused on him, because he'll never leave us or forsake us. And basically not to give up hope, to trust in him. And he had me for like 2 months straight warning my wife, telling her, okay, something about to happen. I can't tell you exactly what it is. He ain't told me what it was, but he told me to prepare you and warn you not to take your eyes off him, and that he's with us. He'll never leave us or forsake us, no matter what we see. And that's what else he said. So right up to like that month and third week, he stopped telling me to warn her. And shortly after that, here come the stroke. And I was basically in the hospital and in the rehab and at home for like 11 months straight before I was able to start getting back out here and exercising and really making an attempt at a regimen. Because yes, I was getting out and walking, but I was walking maybe half of a block and turning around going back home because it was just too early. But now I'm out here walking 1.5 miles and riding 5 miles and about a quarter each day on average. So all praises to the Most High, and more than anything else, I have my testimony, and the Most High speaks to me every day. So I have a thought that I love to share every day, and my thought of today is pretty much around the idea of what he told me those 2 months before I had that major stroke. Basically, trust him. Don't take my eye off him. No matter what I see, trust him. He'll never leave me or forsake me. And that's my thought of today. Trust him. And I'm going to echo that same idea he gave me back then. He'll never leave you or forsake you. No matter what's going on, he's trustworthy. And on the way over here, I saw something that really flooded my soul with emotions, because it was just simple confirmation. And sometimes those simple confirmations mean the most to you. I saw a truck with just a cab, and on the side of that cab it said, Trusty Logistics. Oh boy. And right now it just hit me to what that means. Trusty Logistics. Basically, the Most High is saying you can trust the path you're on. You can trust my leading, the path I'm leading you down. You can trust it. Trusty Logistics. And see, I'm on a path here of late that has been very uncomfortable. And to be quite honest, I ain't want to walk this path. I ain't want to go down it. But what I told the Most High, I said, Pop, I love you more than my hurt feelings. I love you more than my emotions. You mean the whole world to me plus some. And just like the text says, I can't praise you enough. Even if I had 1,000 tongues, I couldn't praise you enough for what you already done for me. So why can't I sacrifice my feelings? But let's get it. see when I look up, there's two trees joining each other. And I was just thinking that it should be very hard for an individual like myself to get into doubt and not trusting the Most High's path for me. Path and directioning. Because of all that He's done for me already. See, that's why I say from time to time, I wouldn't change a thing about that stroke, the open heart surgery, the many different leg surgeries, and the 3 toes amputated. Simply because it's gave me a closer walk with the Most High, a better understanding of Him, and it showed me a different side of Him that I had not yet known, if I said that correctly. But see, the Most High, thank you, Father. I heard a teacher not too long ago teaching that every time the Most High shows you a different side of Himself, it comes with a trial. And we might as well go on and say it, tell it what it is. It comes with hardship. And in reality, it comes with death. Because a part of you that you were dependent on has to die, so you can get to understand and know that side of Him that you got to depend on, that you have no choice if you're going to continue to be in the land of the living, like myself. And even though I experienced the worst pain I have ever felt in my entire life, especially with that chest operation, where they split my chest open. I mean, you could feel that into the bone. But it was the most, I hate to say incredible, because that means not credible, most amazing time of my life. And them doctors thought I was crazy. They would come in and I'm happy and smiling. Hey there, how you doing? Loud, obnoxious to them. But I was in faith. Because I remember what my papa told me. I remember what he told me. He said, no matter what's going on, it's going to be okay. I got you. No matter what you see, I got you. And I would have to say, no matter what you feel. Because them pains won't no joke. Okay, let's get it. And I guess my word of encouragement would be today is in the form of a question and the answer. Do you trust him? And are you going to trust him for what he's already done for you? Or are you only trusting him for what you want him to do for you? And I'm here to tell you, if it's the latter, you better get back to trusting him for what he's already done for you. And put that hope in what you want to see him do for you in the future. Because it's nothing like your own testimony to encourage yourself. Like David said he had to do. King David. And if I'm not mistaken, that was one of the times when he was explaining the hard knocks of being a leader. He wasn't even king yet, and him and his men were battling some enemy folks, and they went out to war and came back, and their women and children were gone. So instead of going to their great leader who had just brought them through a great victory and asking him, okay, our children and women are gone, what do we do next? Shall we pursue? Go and do what you've been doing. Go and check with the Most High. Then whatever you say do, we're gonna follow you. But no, those cats want to stone him. The text says. And that's has to be one of the most horrific experiences to go through as a leader. You're doing everything right, but your boys, your ace boom coons, and I don't know if I said it or not in this recording, but in my notes, in my prayer journal, I was writing that I hadn't had a thought or a script that I was to be praying over our nation, the groups I'm in on Hebrew Connect, and my family, my immediate family. So I went into prayer, or my prayer time, looking or seeking. And just as soon as I did, the answer was given to me. And it was one of, well, like I said, a question. Do you trust me? And see, a lot of times, we don't want to hear that. I know I didn't like hearing it in the past, because it was more or less something that I was going to be struggling with. And I should say more or less in the flesh. However, this time, it was more than welcomed, because he was basically answering the cry of my heart. Because like I said early on in this recording, I've been going through some of the toughest things, I guess you can say, I've ever gone through. However, what keeps me encouraged is them long nights on that hospital bed hurting. And one of the most painful times of my stay was me actually having hiccups. Oh boy. If I had the tears in my system at that time, I believe I would have cried. All I could do was just lay there and hurt. However, I kept hearing that voice. I'm right here with you, Robert. I'm right here with you. I said I'd never leave you. I'm right here. I know it's uncomfortable right now, but everything gonna be all right. Like he would tell me, he put this little hook in my heart. No matter what's going on, it's gonna be okay. No matter what's going on, it's gonna be okay. And I can tell you for certain that that little hook has got me through many painful days. And nights, I might add. To be quite honest, in the hospital and the rehab center, that was my most peaceful time. Over in the night, because I could just take the medication and fall on off to sleep most of the time. However, during the day, that's when all the doctors came poking and prodding. On your left, bro. On your left. You're right.
Okay, well.
Thank you. Yes, sir. But see, like I was saying earlier, those hard times taught me that the Most High was faithful and trustworthy. And he always confirms his word to me. It's just like me seeing that cab today, that big diesel cab truck. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was so excited to see that. Cause at first I had to adjust my glasses to make for certain I was seeing what I thought I saw. Thank you. Great, great. Because I was at a stop sign. Well, a stoplight there on Betty's Ford, and the truck was in the turning lane turning my direction. I was going in the other direction he was turning off of. So I saw it real quickly, and then a car pulled in on the other side, on this side of it, who was also turning left and blocked my vision. But I said, oh no, I already saw it now, Hasatan. He can't steal that from me. I already saw it said Trusty Logistics. Alright. Nice shirt. Shirt says blessed. But yeah, Trusty Logistics. Trust the path. And there's an old saying in my heart right now that if you don't trust the path, trust the voice that you're following on that path. And I know that's not the correct saying on the most part, but it's correct for us today. Summer. So that's what we need it to be. Follow the path. Follow the voice, I should say, if you don't trust the path.